Sri Sai Satcharitra, Chapter 8. In this wonderful universe, God has created billions of creatures or beings, inhabiting heaven, hell, earth, ocean, sky, and other intermediate regions. Of these, those creatures or souls whose merits preponderate go to heaven and live there till they enjoy the fruits of their actions. And when this is done, they are cast down, while those souls whose sins or demerits preponderate go down to hell and suffer the consequences of their misdeeds for so long a time as they deserve. When their merits and demerits balance each other, they are born on earth as human beings and are given a chance to work out their salvation. Ultimately, when their merits and demerits both drop down completely, they get their deliverance and become free. To put the matter in a nutshell, souls get their births or transmigrations according to their deeds and intelligence. As we all know, four things are common to all the creatures, viz. Food, sleep, fear, and sexual union. In the case of man, he is endowed with a special faculty with knowledge, with the help of which he can attain God vision, which is impossible in any other birth. It is for these reasons that gods envy man's fortune and aspire to be born as men on earth so as to get their final deliverance. If we reject or neglect the body because it is filthy, we lose the chance of God vision. And if we fondle it and run after sense enjoyments because it is precious, we go to hell. The proper course, therefore, for us to pursue is the following: that the body should neither be neglected nor fondled, but should be properly cared for, just as a traveler on a horseback takes care of his pony on the way till he reaches his destination and returns home. Thus, the body should ever be used or engaged to attain God vision or self realization, which is supreme end of life. It is said that though God created various sorts of creatures, he was not satisfied, for none of them was able to know and appreciate his work. So he had to create a special being, man, and endow him with a special faculty with knowledge. And when he saw that man was able to appreciate his Leela, marvelous work and intelligence, realizing how precious the human life is, and knowing that death is certain and may snatch us at any time, we should be ever alert to achieve the object of our life. We should not make the least delay but make every possible haste to gain our object, just as a widower is most anxious to get himself married to a new bride, or just as a king leaves no stone unturned to seek his lost son. So, with all earnestness and speed, we should strive to attain our end, that is, self realization. Casting aside sloth and laziness, warding off drowsiness, we should day and night meditate on the self. If we fail to do this, we reduce ourselves to the level of beasts. The virtues of forgiveness, calmness, disinterestedness, charity, benevolence, control of mind and body, egolessness, etc., are observed by the disciples as they are being practiced in such pure and holy company. This enlightens their minds and lifts them up spiritually. Sai Baba was such a sage or Sadguru. Though he acted as a fakir, he was always engrossed in the self. He always loved all beings in whom he saw God or divinity. By pleasures he has not elated. He was not depressed by misfortunes. A king and a pauper were the same to him. He whose glance would turn a beggar into a king used to beg his food from door to door in Shirdi. And let us now see how he did it. Blessed are the people of Shirdi, in front of whose houses Baba stood as a beggar and called out, "O Lassi, give me a piece of bread," and spread out his hand to receive the same. In one hand he carried a tamadel, and in other a joli, that is a rectangular piece of cloth. He daily visited certain houses and went from door to door. Liquid or semi-liquid things such as soup, vegetables, milk or buttermilk were received in the tin pot, while cooked rice, bread and such solid things were taken in the joli. Some days he went a few rounds, on other days up to 12 noon. The food thus collected was thrown in a kundi, that is, earthen pot. Dogs, cats, and crows freely ate from it, and Baba never drove them away. The woman who swept the floor of the masjid took some 10 or 12 pieces of bread to her house, and nobody prevented her from doing so. How could he, who even in dreams never warded off cats and dogs by harsh words and signs, refuse food to poor, helpless people? Blessed indeed is the life of such a noble person. People in Shirdi took him in the beginning for a mad fakir. He was known in the village by this name. He was firm and steady inside. His way was inscrutable. Still, even in that small village, there were a few kind and blessed people who recognized and regarded him as a great soul. One such instance is given below. Tatya Kote's mother, Bayajabai, used to go to the woods every noon with a basket on her head containing bread and vegetables. She roamed in the jungle course after course, trampling over bushes and shrubs in search of the mad fakir, and after hunting him out, fell at his feet. The fakir sat calm and motionless in meditation, while she placed a leaf before him, spread the eatables, bread, vegetables, etc., thereon, and fed him forcibly. Wonderful was her faith and service. Every day she roamed at noon in the jungles and forced Baba to the partake of lunch. Both the son and the mother had great faith in the fakir, who was their god. Baba often said to them that fakir was the real lordship as it was everlasting, and the so-called lordship was transient. Even blessed are the saints in whose heart Lord Vasudev dwells, and fortunate indeed are the devotees who get the benefit of the company of such saints. Two such fortunate fellows, Tatya Kote Patil and Bhagat Mahalsapati, equally shared the company of Sai Baba. Baba also loved them both equally. If it was Mahalsapati, he hugged him close, stroked his legs, and kneaded his back. In this way, for full 14 years, Tatya, leaving his parents at home, slept in the masjid on account of his love for Baba. How happy and never to be forgotten were those days. How to measure that love and how to value the grace of Baba. After the passing away of his father, Tatya took charge of the household affairs and began to sleep at home. Baba loved Ganpat Kote Patil of Shirdi. He equally loved Chandrabhan Shet Marwadi of Rahata. After the demise of the Shet, Baba loved his nephew Khushalchand equally or even perhaps more, and watched his welfare day and night, sometimes in a bullock cart, at other times in a tanga with intimate friends. Baba went to Rahata. Kushal Chand took Baba to his house, seated him on a comfortable seat, and gave him a good lunch. Then they talked freely and merrily for some time. after which Baba returned to Shirdi, giving delight and blessing to all. Shirdi is midway between and equidistant from Rahata on one side and Nimgan on the other. Baba never went to beyond these places during his lifetime. He never saw any railway, train, nor travelled by it. Still, he knew exactly the timing of arrival and departure of all trains.